Good evening, students. Now today we are going to take one more invertebrate phylum. That's very important phylum, phylum Arthropoda. So in our previous class we discussed about all the characteristic features and the important special characters of the phylum Porifera to Annelida. Phylum Porifera to Annelida. So first of all we are going to take the name of the phylum Arthropoda. Phylum Arthropoda. Right. So first of all, the first, according to Robert Whittaker's 5 kingdom classification, the first invertebrate phylum, the first animal phylum is the Porifera. So the name of the Porifera comes by the presence of pores in their body. Pores, apertures, hence the name Porifera. Porifera. Who coined the term Porifera? Robert E. Grant. The term Porifera was by Robert E. Grant. The presence of apertures or pores, hence the name Porifera. The next phylum coming to Cnidaria. Cnidaria. Who coined the term Cnidaria? Barnes. Barnes coined the term Cnidaria. Its previous name, that is Coelenterata. The term Coelenterata was given by Leucart. The Coelenterata term came to that group the presence of a cavity, body cavity. That body cavity was Coelenteron. Coelenteron. It is otherwise called gastrovascular cavity. Coelenteron is otherwise called gastrovascular cavity. The presence of Coelenteron, the name given to that group, Coelenterata. But all the coelenterates, they do not possess stinging cells, cnidoblast cells, or the special cells are called cnidocytes. Some coelenterates they possess. All these characters we are already explained in our previous classes. Once I am recalling them. So the presence of cnidoblast cells, those coelenterates are called cnidarians. The coelenterates without cnidoblast cells, they do not possess cnidoblast cells, they are called as ctenophores. So the Porifera group of organisms are commonly called sponges. The cnidarians are commonly called jellyfishes, and the ctenophores are commonly called comb jellies or sea walnuts or sea gooseberries. Then coming to the phylum Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminths are commonly called flatworms. Flatworms because of their body was dorso-ventrally compressed. Dorso-ventrally compressed. Hence their body looks like a flat. So they are commonly called as flatworms. The name Platyhelminthes was given by Gegenbar. The name Platyhelminthes was given by Gegenbar. The study of sponges is called parazoology. The study of cnidarians is called cnidariology. And the study of helminth parasites, not only the flatworms and also nematodes. So both are called helminth group of invertebrates. Platyhelminthes, nematohelminthes. It is otherwise called Ascihelminthes. Ascos means cavity. They possess pseudocoelom. That pseudocoelom, that was not a true coelom. We already learned in our previous class. Pseudo means false. Because of that coelom was not lined by, peritoneum. If it is a true coelom, that was lined by peritoneum. The peritoneal lining first time appeared in the phylum Annelida. That's why in our group, the previous group that was discussed in our earlier class, that is in yesterday, that is Annelida, they are schizocoelomates, the first eucoelomates, the true coelomates. So this is the previous information about the classes what we studied in our earlier days. Now coming to the phylum Arthropoda. Phylum Arthropoda. See, Arthropoda, arthros means joints. Arthro. Annelida, name given to that group, the presence of annuli. Annelida, annuli. Annuli means ring-like structures. Same way, arthropoda, name given to that group, the presence of jointed legs, and they are commonly called as jointed legged animals. Sponges are commonly, porifera members are commonly called as sponges or pore-bearers. The annelids are commonly called segmented bodied animals, whereas phylum Arthropoda, it includes jointed legged animals. In what way we are describing them? Arthros means joints. POD, pod, means legs. The members of the phylum Arthropoda includes, they are commonly called as jointed legged animals. Jointed legged animals. That's one important area. In what way we are given to that group as Arthropoda. Arthropoda means jointed legged animals. Right. So who gave the word? Who gave the word? The Arthropoda. Van Siebold. Van Siebold. Van Siebold gave the term. The term Arthropoda was given by Van Siebold. Yes, like the Lamarck, the two contributions are there. So one Lamarck contribution is in a genetics area, he proposed Lamarckism. In the protozoa area, he coined the term biology. And in invertebrate group, that is kingdom Animalia, he coined the term Annelida. Same way, the Van Siebold, he coined the term Arthropoda. And one more contribution of the scientist Van Siebold, he called the protozoans as unicellular organisms. One more contribution of Van Siebold was the protozoans are the unicellular organisms. According to Hyman, the same protozoans are acellular. According to Hyman, protozoans are acellular. According to Van Siebold, these protozoans are unicellular. So, uni means single. Their body is composed by a single cell. Hence, he called them as unicellular organisms. Here, the term Van Siebold, the term Arthropoda was given by Van Siebold. Next, coming to the important, the characteristic features of the phylum Arthropoda. Arthropoda. See, the arthropods are jointed legged animals. Jointed legged animals. So we are repeating from phylum Platyhelminthes to yesterday's class Annelida. So here the arthropods are also triploblastic animals. These are also triploblastic animals. So triploblastic animals means their body wall possess 3 layers. Their body wall possess 3 layers: outer ectoderm, inner endoderm, and middle mesoderm. The body wall with 3 layers. Hence, these are called triploblastic animals. Then coming to, these are also bilateral symmetrical animals. Bilateral symmetrical. So from Platyhelminthes onwards, all they exhibit bilateral symmetry, and here and there some exemptions are also there. But in echinoderms, they possess pentamerous radial symmetry in their adult stage. But during the larval stage, they exhibit bilateral symmetry. That's why the echinoderms are primarily they are bilateral symmetrical. Secondarily, they are radial symmetrical. This is one exemption. So like that, the remaining all are bilateral symmetrical animals. And these are also schizocilomate animals. So these 3 characters are common for both Annelida phylum and Arthropoda phylum. Annelids and arthropods, both are triploblastic, both are bilateral symmetrical, and both are schizocoelomate animals. So what is meant by schizocoelom? Schizocoelom, it is the true coelom. It is one type of true coelom. Another type of true coelom was also there in echinoderms, that is enterocoelom, that is enterocoelom. So based on their formation, the true coelom is of two types. One is schizocoelom. That schizocoelom present in the phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda, and as well as the phylum Mollusca. That's why these three phyla are called schizocoelomate phyla. In echinoderms, the type of true coelom is the enterocoelom. That enterocoelom, enteron, that means gut. The primitive gut is called archenteron. The enterocoelom is the true coelom, which is present in Deuterostomus invertebrate phylum Echinodermata. That enterocoelom is formed by the archenteron pouches. But here it is the true coelom, schizocoelom. That schizocoelom is formed by the splitting of mesoderm. It is the true coelom which is formed by the splitting of mesoderm, that is called schizocoelom. Right. Then they exhibit organ system level of organization. Organ system level of organization. But here regarding coelom, one important point is there. In arthropods, the coelom is called hemocoel. So now coming to the coelom of arthropods. Coelom. Here basically it is a true coelom. True coelom means true coelom. In arthropods, the type of true coelom is the schizocoelom. Schizocoelom means it is formed by the splitting of mesoderm. So in roundworms, in a previous class we discussed about the phylum Nematoda. Nematodes are pseudocoelomates. Here Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca, these are eucoelomates because they possess true coelom. Actually, what is the difference? What is the difference between pseudocoelom and true coelom? So true coelom means, for example, here this is the body wall, and here it is the gut or alimentary canal. Actually, coelom, we can define about the word coelom, the space, this is the space present between the body wall and gut, that is called coelom. So coelom means the space present between the body wall and gut, that is called coelom. If it is a true coelom, what is meant by true coelom? The coelom was lined by double layered peritoneum. The coelom was lined by double layered peritoneum. If the peritoneal lining was there, that is true coelom. If the peritoneal lining was not there, that is pseudocoelom. So in nematodes or in roundworms, why it is called as pseudocoelom? So that is not formed from the archenteron pouches, and that is not formed from by the splitting of mesoderm. But what about it is? In what way it comes in adult stage? Simple thing. In roundworms, that pseudocoelom is the remnant of blastocele. It was not lined by peritoneum. It was not lined by Peritoneum. That's why that is pseudocoelom. Here in annelids, arthropod, molluscans as well as echinoderms and vertebrates, the type of coelom is the true coelom. Why it is called true coelom? The peritoneal lining was there. That's why it is called true coelom. Yes. In arthropods, the coelom or the body cavity, the coelom is called hemocoel. In arthropods, the coelom is called hemocoel. Here heme means blood. Heme means blood. Coel, body cavity. So the body cavity filled with blood. Hence the name, it was hemocoel. The hemocoel was not the true coelom. It was not the true coelom. In arthropods, the true coelom was confined to very, very important aspect regarding entrance examination. In arthropods, the true coelom was confined to excretory organs. This very, very important point for entrance point of view. In arthropods, the coelom was called hemocoel. Why it is called as a hemocoel? That coelom or the body cavity is filled with blood. Hence that is called hemocoel. The type of blood is the hemolymph. It is the colorless blood. Colorless. There are no RBC. So there is no hemoglobin. Hemoglobin was absent. That's why it is looks like colorless or white. That colorless blood is called hemolymph. The body cavity is called hemocoel. But in arthropods, the true coelom was confined to excretory organs and reproductive organs. The true coelom, the schizocoelom, was confined to or restricted to only excretory organs and reproductive organs. That is about the coelom in arthropods. Then coming to their body division. In arthropods, the body is divided into 3 parts. In simple way, we can say the word part, but in a technical term, that is what? Tagma. Tagmata. There are 3 tagmata are there. The body division. So the body is divided to 3 body parts, 3 tagmata. One is head, and second one thorax, and third one is abdomen. So as like annelids, the arthropods also segmented bodied animals because their body is divided to 3 segments. So the head is formed by that structurally the head is formed by the fusion of 6 segments, and thorax with 3 segments, and abdomen in adult stage 10 segments. Whereas in juvenile or larval stage or embryonic stage, there are 11 segments. So this is about the body division. Then coming to digestive system. So before that, very, very, very important aspect regarding entrance examination. One, it is the largest phylum. Arthropoda was the largest phylum in the kingdom Animalia. So in this phylum Arthropoda, there are 3 subphyla are there. For example, phylum Arthropoda. It was classified into 3 subphyla. One is Trilobita, and second one Chelicerata, and third one Mandibulata. These are the 3 subphyla. So trilobites, these are extinct, they are already passed away. Chelicerata, the presence of Chelicera for food collection, for feeding. And the presence of mandibles, the name given to that group, Mandibulata. Again, the Chelicerata subphylum is classified into two classes. One is Xiphosaura and other one is Arachnida. And the subphylum Mandibulata was classified into four classes. One important class was Crustacea. It includes all the aquatic arthropods. And one more is Chilopoda. These are commonly called centipedes. And one more is Diplopoda. These are commonly called millipedes. Now, the very important regarding as per entrance point of view, the largest phylum in the animal kingdom was Arthropoda. In the phylum Arthropoda, one class was there. That is, one class belongs to the subphylum Mandibulata. That is the Insecta. Insecta was the largest class. Largest class was Insecta. The total kingdom Animalia, the largest phylum in the animal kingdom was Arthropoda, and the largest class is Insecta. The largest class Insecta belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. So, and one more very important aspect for entrance point of view. The Arthropoda means this is the phylum which includes jointed legged animals. That legs are with highly musculature. First time in the kingdom Animalia. Striated muscles are appeared. In the phylum Arthropoda. First time, striated muscles. Yes, we studied in structural organization in animals. There are four types of animal tissues are there. Connective tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, epithelial tissue. In muscle tissue, we learn about three types of muscles. Striated or voluntary, second one unstriated or involuntary, and third one is cardiac. First time in the animal kingdom, in the phylum Arthropoda, striated muscles are appeared. These are three very important for entrance examination. Right. Next, coming to the digestive system. So, the digestive system is well-developed. The well-developed alimentary canal, the digestive system is with the well-developed alimentary canal. In yesterday's class, we discussed one point in the phylum Annelida. In earthworm, the alimentary canal is well-developed, but it is a straight tubular structure. In arthropods, for example, you can take as a cockroach. The length of the alimentary canal is more than its body size. So, the alimentary canal is highly coiled in arthropods. Both are muscular, both are complete. In annelids and as well as in arthropods, the alimentary canal is complete. The complete gut starts from roundworms onwards. Roundworms, annelids, arthropods, the alimentary canal with two apertures, mouth and anus. But the difference is in roundworms, only the muscular pharynx. In annelids, the alimentary canal is straight tubular part. In arthropods, highly coiled. And the digestive glands, the well-developed alimentary canal and digestive glands are also there. For example, you can take a cockroach, a pair of salivary glands. They are present at ventrolateral sides of the crop. Right. Now coming to respiratory system. See, the total animal kingdom, there are 80% of the animal species belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. They are living in all the habitat, marine, freshwater, terrestrial, aerial mode of life. So the all type of respiratory organs are present in these arthropods. For example, gills and book gills, lungs, that's book lungs, and trachea. So these are the special respiratory organs in arthropods. Then coming to respiratory pigment, that is circulatory system. In yesterday's class in the phylum Arthropoda, we discussed about the circulation is closed type. In annelids, closed type of circulatory system. Closed type means flow of blood only within the blood vessels. But in arthropods, the type of circulatory system is open type. Open type of circulatory system. Open type means along with the blood vessels. Along with the blood vessels, the empty spaces are present. These empty spaces are called sinuses. So what is the need of the sinuses in arthropods? Simple thing. In arthropods, in some group of organisms, in some animals, blood vessels are poorly developed. For example, cockroach. In cockroach, only the blood vessel is present, that is aorta. There are three types of sinuses are there: pericardial sinus, perivisceral sinus, perineural sinus. So the presence of sinuses is the occurrence by because of the presence of poorly developed blood vessels. So that is open type of circulatory system. Then coming to the respiratory pigment. So respiratory pigment does hemocyanin. Hemocyanin is the copper. Very important point for NEET. Very important point. The hemocyanin is the respiratory pigment which contains copper. So copper containing respiratory pigment, that is what? Respiratory pigment, hemocyanin. Then coming to excretory system. Excretory system. So just we discussed one thing, arthropods are the most successful invertebrates because 80% of the animal species belongs to this phylum. They are living in all the habitats. So they possess different types of excretory organs, different types of excretory organs. So what are they? See, Malpighian tubules, coaxial glands, green glands. So the green glands are particularly regarding aquatic animals, that is crustaceans. Then reproductive system. Coming to reproductive system. See, the arthropods are unisexual. The single organism with only one type of reproductive organs is a male or female. So the most familiar example we know, that is a cockroach. In cockroaches, male cockroach and female cockroach, these two are separate. They exhibit sexual dimorphism. We are discussing now about the cockroach only, sexual dimorphism, not all. The male cockroach identification is the presence of anal style, the absence of brood pouch, and regarding abdomen. So in female cockroach, there are no anal styles, the presence of brood pouch. Then, so the fertilization is in some internal and some external. So development is indirect. So indirect development means the presence of larval stages, larval forms are there. So we can discuss some larval stages about the phylum Arthropoda. One is Nauplius, second one Zoea, and third one Mysis, and nymph, etc. But very important point regarding reproductive system. So they are mostly oviparous. But one viviparous arthropod is also there, that is scorpion. Here a very important example, scorpion. Scorpion was the viviparous arthropod. And the development is in some parametabolous, in some holometabolous, in some ametabolous. But the moultings, there are 13 moultings are there in some arthropod life history. We discussed this point in nematodes. In nematodes only 4 moultings, but in cockroach the 13 moultings are there. So now coming to examples, very important examples are there. So you can ask every time one example from this phylum Arthropoda. Now examples. So some are beneficial insects are there. The beneficial insects are, one is silkworm. The silkworm is commonly called as Bombyx mori. And one is honeybee. Honeybee, Apis indica, Apis dorsata, Apis mellifera, etc. etc. One is a lac insect, Laxifer lacca. So these are beneficial to the human beings. And also some harmful insects are also there. Harmful insects. They can spread the most dreadful diseases. For example, the malaria can be spreaded by female Anopheles mosquito. The filariasis or elephantiasis can spreaded by Culex, and chikungunya, dengue fever, they are spread by Aedes. These are all mosquitoes. And one very important example, it is Limulus. Limulus, it is commonly called as a living fossil. So what is meant by living fossil? So for so many years, for long time, there is no change in their physiologically and morphologically. There is no change morphologically and physiologically. That type of organism is what living fossil. The living fossil arthropod is the Limulus. And the two more very important examples are there. Wingless insect. Wingless insect, that is Lepisma. It is the one type of pseudofish, that is silverfish. And one more is Astacus. Astacus, it is a crayfish. These are the two pseudofishes. They belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. Very important for NEET examination. Lepisma was a silverfish. It is one type of insect. It is a pseudofish. And Astacus is a crayfish. So once I will repeat all the pseudofishes what we have discussed in our previous class. Aralia belongs to Cnidaria phylum, that is a jellyfish. And Rhizostoma, here it is a Arthropoda. Lepisma is a silverfish, and its speciality, it is a wingless insect. Generally, insect means it possesses 2 pairs of wings, 3 pairs of legs. But it is, although it is an insect, but without wings, it is its special character. And one is crayfish. It is also a pseudofish. Yes, students, this is the information about the phylum Arthropoda. Now here we are closing this session. Tomorrow we are going to take the next class.